fall back on tradition or religion or sense of home. You know, the immigrants always feel I can always go back to whatever, or religion you can go back to see what. So you're attributing all this on your own. You develop your own value system. You develop your own identity. You're a tough young lady.
Yeah, you gotta be sometimes.
So, and one of the things, how did your family have any brother or sister? Do you have a brother or sister?
I have a brother.
So what was your relationship with your brother?
I love him very much.
And you still have a relationship?
I still have a relationship with him.
And he is?
He is in Texas.
Biological son from that family?
From the family who adopted me from Iran.
And he was wasn't adopted, was a biological?
Correct.
Okay. And so you have something there going for you.
Yeah.
You have a relation. So how did the family look at that relationship between you and your brother, or did you feel of any way there is any preferential treatment between you and the brother because of?
Oh yeah.
Oh
yeah.
Can't deny that. I mean, you can't ignore that.
No, my brother. You know, they made distinctions between blood, definitely.
Well, how about your friends at the school?
Which
when you grow up, did they look at you as?
Yeah, they looked at me different. Why are you a different color from your parents? You know, getting teased. At that time, the movie Annie was real popular, and I know she was the orphan out there, and I got off. You know, I was often called, you know, Orphan Annie, and you know, you don't have real parents. Your parents don't look like you.
Kids
you don't
are
look
very ruthless.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Wow. So you grow up, and then I mean, the sense of you don't have that deep roots. Did it make it easier for you to jump from foster care to place? You know, not got nothing to lose, just move to a new place.
Not really. I struggled with deep abandonment issues, and those situations, you know, only enhanced, you know, that feeling of being abandoned. You know, trust issues, and I think when I started hitting those issues head on, dealing with abandonment, dealing with trust issues, you know, and it's a lifelong process. You know, I still, you know, struggle with that, but you know, it's like, it's a trade-off. I could take a lemon and make a lemonade out of it. And instead of
what you did.
And that's what I did. I could take the victim role and be a victim, or I could take this and turn this into something beautiful. And that's when I realized that I need to look internally. I need to look at, you know, focus on love, focus on compassion, focus on defining myself within, not letting the world, not letting people define me, but looking in. And I think that, you know, the situations that I've went through have deepened my understanding of me and letting me define myself.
And in that defining process, which is still in progress, as you say, now you are working to fix and change things that are much bigger than you and bigger than all of us. Is that a connection there? I mean,
yeah, you
want to fix the world that has been rough on you. Now you want to leave an impact on that.
You know, when I was young, you know, and before, you know, some of the instances that have happened to me, you know, occurred, I always had this longing to help people. I always was kind of tough. You know, I had, you know, this toughness about me, but I also had compassion, and I always had a heart. And, you know, and then I went through my phase when I was a teenager that I was just tough all the way, tough and angry.
You didn't make it on your own.
But I had this leadership quality about me, and I took that and I channeled it into something positive. And I learned that it's like a paradox. We're all very significant, but yet we're insignificant. And so I think that seeing how we're all connected, it doesn't matter if we're here in America or we're over in Iran. It doesn't matter if we're black, white, green, blue, you know, Muslim, Jewish, Christian, seeing that interconnectedness, and also seeing that, you know, even with the environment, we don't dominate it, we don't own it, but we are a part of it. And when we take care of each other and we take care of the environment, I mean, it's that great circle of life.
So Mother Earth.
We're all connected.
When you work with those so-called disadvantaged kids and unfortunate family and kids, do you see do you see yourself in those kids at some point of your life?
Oh, definitely, definitely. I actually went to school to be a school teacher, and I've always had a passion and love to work with kids, and I think my experience has, you know, enhanced that. Yes, I do. I know what it feels to be given. I know how it feels to be given up on, and I also know how it feels to be believed in.
Believed in.
Yeah. And
talk a little bit about that. Growing up and an adult believed in a youngster.
Yeah.
That's an amazing thing.
Well, you know, given my, you know, life circumstances, I was a young mom, and I have two sons, one at the age of 16 and one the age of 18.
Oh.
And I became a mother the day before I turned 17. And so
that's a good way to celebrate.
Yeah. And so oftentimes we have those stereotypes of young teenage mothers. And then, you know, a person of color as well.
Irresponsible.
Yeah, and, you know, society and many folks in my family had just given up on me. You know, I'm never going to make anything. But the last set of foster parents that I lived with, they sent me a different kind of message. They believed in me. They found, you know, the good in me, the skills that I had, and they cultivated that. And so I attribute a lot of who I am today to that unconditional love and believing in me. I mean, you have a 50-50 chance. You believe in somebody, it's like a 50-50 chance that, you know, they're going to succeed. But if you don't, I mean, that's what you're going to get. And I see so many young kids out there with similar situations as mine, some worse situations, and the potential they have if somebody believes in them and helps, you know, pave, you know, a path for them to, you know, to live out their dreams and their full potential.
No, something.
Yeah.
I mean, it's interesting, you know, you have your biological family. You wonder about who they are.
Yeah.
You have your adopted family, and then you have your foster family.
Yes.
And then you're developing through all these families, and then, you know, and you are the product of all this. So now, at the same time, with millions of Iranians want to leave Iran, you want to go back and find out.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about what is the drive now to go and find your roots and your you know, biological family. You know, this is going to be rough. It's going to be very hard. People can't even find their own family when they live there.
Right. Well, I think that, you know, a lot of adopted, you know, people, you know, long to know, you know, who do I look like? For me, it's not only who do I look like, but what would my life have been? I mean, I would speak a different language. I would wear a different, you know, wardrobe daily if I were living in Iran. I would probably, you know, be of a different faith. And so I think just that curiosity of what would life have been like? You know, what would my life have been like?
So you were raised as a Christian?
I was raised as Christian, and now I consider myself spiritual.
Which can be inclusive to
I think there's you know, great messages in all religions.
All good.
Yeah, you know, so I kind of take the ones that work for me and combine them, and you know.
All country buffet kind of a deal. So what's the strategy? What are the things you've done to kind of start your search as far as going to Iran here?
Well, I received my passport, and I plan on going in April. I'm going